Okay, we're just waiting for some more people to join us. Hello, Susan.
Hello, Professor.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Good. Good. You made it. I'm so
Hmm.
glad.
Thank you. Thank you. Mm.
We're just waiting for a few more people to show up.
All right. Mm.
I'll let you know when it starts, or you can probably hear.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, well, I guess we'll go ahead and get started. I know that Pastor Julian was on here earlier, but he doesn't seem to be here right now. Could be a network issue. I'm not sure, but we'll find out. And I'm just checking to make sure. Okay. Okay, so go ahead and let's see. Okay, I'll go ahead and start us out with some prayer. Dear God, thank you for bringing us safely together today. Please give us open minds, patient hearts, and the courage to try to do our best. We help us guide our thoughts, words, and actions as we learn. In your name we pray. Amen. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and start. My name is Carla Dunham, and I'm the professor for this class. I believe you had Professor Ellen David before. I think that was her name. And so we kind of do similar things, and she was a great um, person to do lessons. I enjoyed reading some of her older lessons. Um, and so the way that we do it here is we just follow the syllabus, and we go over each week's discussion. I email you whatever I share on the screen. I email to you, and you can use the notes to help you with the weekly quizzes. Um, so while we're waiting, we can go over the oops, syllabus. So I'm still learning the ins and outs of Zoom. So sometimes it might take me a few minutes to get to where I'm supposed to go, but I appreciate the patience. um, we'll go over the syllabus while we're waiting for more people, so I won't be repeating myself and making you um, bored or anything like that. Um, let me see. I have somebody who is trying to join the class, but they're having a little bit of trouble. I'm wondering, hmm, I'm wondering, there must be a problem with the link. Could be. I'm sorry, it's taking a bit here. Hopefully that will help. Okay, so um, I am currently in Arizona, which is one of the states in um, America, and it is about 10 o'clock a.m. here. Where are you from, Susan?
Mm, okay, thank you, Professor.
Yes.
Mm, I'm from India.
Hmm. Cool. What time is it there? Uh-oh. I think you cut out just then.
India. It's mm,
In
it's 8 p.m.
8 p.m. Wow,
Yeah,
okay.
it's 8 p.m.
Oh, wow.
Mm.
It's a little late. Okay, that sounds good. I will try not to keep you too long so you can get to bed. If you, on hopefully at a decent hour, if you have to leave at all during the time that
Mm.
we're doing class, you just go ahead and take care of whatever it is you need to take care of. And I'm recording these so that if you do need to leave, you go ahead and listen to the rest of the class online. It'll be recorded. Okay. Aha. We have another one. Hello, Betty. How are you?
Hello, Professor. I'm doing well. Sorry, I was finding it difficult to join in.
No problem. We're having a little bit of a network problem, and so we have a couple more people that should be popping in here in a little while. They might be
Um,
having some of the same problems. What was your, did I give you the wrong link?
I think so because when I was getting to the link, it was saying you are you are on another meeting.
Aha. Okay. Good
So
to know.
maybe if people are trying that link that you sent previously, maybe that's what is happening.
That could be,
Mm.
could be. I'm going to send this link again to the other ones. Um, so that they don't think that I'm abandoning them. Um, there we go. Okay. All right. Okay. I will try to straighten up that mistake. It could be from something that I've sent previously. And I would like to correct that error in case, just in case. Trying to correct. No. Okay. I will just do that at another time. Okay. Well, I was talking with Susan and um, Betty, where are you from? You still there?
Yes, Professor.
Okay. Where are you from?
I'm from Zimbabwe.
Ah, very good.
Mhm.
What time is it there?
It's past 7 in the evening.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
All right. Sounds good. I was telling Susan that if for any reason that and for any reason that you might need to leave
Mm.
any of these days, um that this is always being recorded, and so
Okay.
you could, go and listen to the rest of the
Okay.
lessons. Yeah. Just want to let you know that because I know life happens. Okay.
Okay.
So what I have on the screen, can you see where it's got the blue banner across the top and it says Fully Equipped Bible Institute?
Yes, I can see that.
Okay. And so I'll do a lot of sharing today just to get the information to you.
Okay.
And while I do that, you can just listen, relax, and have some water or whatever. I will be doing um, a lot of talking today because
Thank you so much.
you're welcome. I'm just going to get all this information out and hopefully it will help. And I'll be emailing everything that I show you guys. I'll be emailing to you after this. I will either email it today or I will be emailing it on Monday because Sunday I don't do anything on the computer. I give the computer a rest as well as myself. Okay. So we have the blue banner at the top and then it says Fully Equipped Bible Institute. Under that, it shows a WI0126. That is a code that you might want to know. It's winter session. We're in the winter session of advanced English, and we're in the first session of it. So winter '01, and it's 2026, so that's why we have 2026. So in case you see that, it just says the first session of winter in the year 26. Um, Down here we have my email address. It's carla.dunham@fullyequippedbibleinstitute.org. If you ever have any problems that we can help with, email me. And if it's technical support, they have help at info@fullyequippedbibleinstitute.org. They are really good at helping people get to where they need to be and help solve problems. I will I will be checking on that Zoom link and finding out which one is I'll be putting the correct one in here. I think it's messed up or something, so I'll check that out. Okay, we have course information. Here in the United States, I'm in Arizona and it's 10 o'clock a.m. or 10:21 a.m. And then we have some examples of different times. Then we have office hours. I am available to talk if you need to have questions or concerns. But I am really, I try to be really quick and fast with emails because I know sometimes the questions can be kind of urgent. So if you have anything that you need to reach me for, you can email me. That is my preferred way of reaching you. And let's see. I am going to skip over some of this because I know that you all can read, and this is just a formal document, so you can read this at a later time. It's the course description, um, the learning outcomes, the course goals, student learning objectives. There's textbooks. Um, this one, the first one is They Say, I Say, the moves that matter in academic writing. And a writer's reference is another one. if you are having any difficulty downloading the books, please let me know. I can help you with that. We have two major essays that we will be working on. The first one is a rhetorical analysis essay, and the second one is a persuasive essay. And those two are the only writing essays. The last essay, or last project rather, is a multimodal project, and that is online. That is, it's like a PowerPoint or um, gosh, it's just an online presentation that we'll do on the computer together. You'll create it and then present it to the class on the last day. So I will guide you, and so don't worry. Even people who don't know how to work on the computer are doing wonderfully. So we will definitely get you through that. Then we have quizzes. Quizzes are worth 20 points each. You have 10 quizzes. That sounds like a lot, but believe me, it will be probably the easiest part of the class, besides your participation and attendance. If you show up, you get points. If you're absent for any reason, just let me know. And let's see, I'll mark you all here right now. If you're absent, just let me know and we can adjust for that. Okay. Grading scale is the usual typical college grading scale where 90 to 100% is an A, 80 to 89 is a B, and so on. So it's nothing scary, nothing to surprise you. Okay, class policies. Attendance is mandatory. Absences will result in point deductions. So, like I said, if you're going to be absent, just please let me know by email. Late work. Assignments submitted late will incur a grade penalty unless prior arrangements are made with the instructor. So, if you, for whatever reason, need to turn in something after it's due, just let me know and let me know why. And then if there's communication going on, then we can make exceptions. Academic integrity. Plagiarism is an academic dishonesty. Plagiarism and academic dishonesty are serious offenses. All work must be your own and properly cited. So just do your own work is pretty much what that says. Okay. Let's see. Participation, active engagement is required. Be prepared to discuss readings and participate in peer review sessions. Peer review sessions are easy. It's just where you have a writing and you share it with someone else, even if they're not in this class, and you get feedback from them and you talk back and forth. That's what we'll be doing with some of our writings. Okay. Pastor Antonia, hello.
Greetings, Professor.
Good to see you.
Oh, the same here, Professor.
Sorry about the link that was incorrect.
Okay, because I thought the meeting start by our 7 o'clock, but it's
Oh,
like I'm a bit late.
that's okay. That is
Mm,
okay.
Okay, thank you so much, Professor.
Okay, so I was just going over the syllabus. We have the first week, the way that you read it is week 1, and the date, that's today's date, January 10th, 2026. The topic we'll be talking about is rhetorical analysis, and the description says course overview, syllabus, expectations, introduction to rhetorical analysis, thesis skills, tone, and audience, and writing process, overview, pre-writing, drafting, revising. So it's looks like a lot, but it's not. It's not that bad. And then the next box is your assignment. Read They Say I Say chapters 1 and 2, and read A Writer's Reference chapters 1 and 2. If you had Professor Ellen David before, you may have already read these chapters, and that's good. Let's see, the due dates, that's the next box. Complete quiz 1 by 1/16/26. And that's just next Friday. So the best rule of thumb there is as soon as you can take the quiz, go ahead and get that over with. Don't wait. Um, you will want to have the notes from class. So, like I said, I will be emailing you the notes. If I do not email them today, I will email them on Monday. So if I do get them today, you can take your quiz today. If I don't do them till Monday, then you can do it after that, anytime after that. And you take it online with it should be on your right under your class page. And the other assignment is analyze short text due 1/16/26. That's next Friday also. Analyze short text. That is not an essay. It's just a little writing assignment that you'll email me. And so it's not a hard assignment, it's just some sentences, and that should be pretty simple. So that's the way that the schedule goes. You'll go week by week looking at what is due. If you want to read ahead, you may. It's not that important. I once in a while will make a change on this document, and if I do, I will let you know. But basically, it looks like a lot, but it's really not. It's just telling you what we're going to be doing. And the multimodal project, that is due, it says it's due on Friday, March 13th, but we'll also have them on the last day of class, which is March 14th, and we'll present them. So that'll be kind of fun. That was actually the most fun class that I did last semester with the advanced composition class. That was really kind of neat. We had a lot of fun with that. All right. Now, um, Pastor Antonia, you remember this part of the class. This is where you try not to fall asleep while I do some class discussion talking.
No
And
problem, Professor.
she gets me. Um,
Yeah.
the the class discussion is, let me show you, where is it? There it is. It's some writing that we have here. I'll make it bigger. Never know who's on a phone or a computer, but I will read this line by line and discuss a little about it. Some of it you may understand, and some of it you might not understand yet, but we will go over all of it as the day goes on. And you do not need to take notes if you do not want to, because I will email this to you. When you get this, you might want to print it out or bookmark it or save it somehow, because you may use this when you take your quiz. So we're going to talk about it, but when it comes time for your quiz, you'll probably want to use this. Okay, let's get started. So the primary purpose of rhetorical analysis is to understand how a text persuades its audience, because it examines the author's choices, such as tone, language, evidence, and appeals, to see how these choices influence the reader's beliefs. Oh, pardon me. Or actions. So, writers don't persuade by accident. They plan. It's It's sort of like an appeal. They plan, in rhetorical analysis shows that um, it's just strategy. It's not a guessing game. It's a strategy, and this is what we're going to be talking about mainly today. Is the uh, an rhetorical analysis, the appeal. The key elements to consider in rhetorical analysis are logos, which is logical appeal, pathos, which is emotional appeal, and ethos, which is credibility, because they explain how an author uses logic, emotion, and credibility to persuade an audience. If the argument works, it's usually because the author sounds smart, which is logos, is trustworthy, ethos, and human, pathos. So let's move that up a little bit. When analyzing the context of a rhetorical text, you should consider the historical, cultural, and social circumstances surrounding the text, because those factors shape the author's purpose, audience's expectation, and the meaning of the message. Texts just don't float in a vacuum. Writers respond to the world they live in, like what people feared, valued, or go above, or it's hard to explain without showing you. Argued about at that time. If you ignore that, you'll miss why the text was written the way it was. So we will talk about certain texts and when it was written really makes a difference. The primary function of a thesis statement is to state the main argument or point of the essay. Yes, just making sure. I found a spelling error. I just wanted to make sure that I had fixed it because I was like, oh no, I did it again. Um, or okay, state the main argument or point of the essay. Um, because it gives the reader a clear claim that the writer will explain, support, and prove throughout the paper. The thesis is like the boss. If it's vague, the essay wanders off. If it's clear, everything else falls into line. If there's no thesis, there's really no direction. You really need thesis for your papers. And we will get into what more of what a thesis statement is soon. A thesis statement is typically located at the beginning of the introduction paragraph or at the end of the introduction paragraph. So it's definitely in the first paragraph. It just depends on where in that paragraph it goes. And it goes there because it prepares the reader for the essay's main argument. And it kind of like provides a roadmap for what follows. Um, gosh, like in plain terms, it's readers don't like surprises in essays. They want to know where they're headed. The thesis shows up early so the reader can relay and really say to themselves, got it, this is what we're doing. So it's really nice to have that right up front. A good thesis statement should be narrow and focused to prevent clear direction because it limits the scope of the essay and allows the writer to develop ideas deeply and effectively instead of trying to cover too much at once. Sometimes I cover too much at once, but in papers, you don't want to do that. Broad thesis lead to shallow essays, and you don't want that either. Focused thesis does lead to strong arguments, and that's what you want. Because we have only 10 weeks in our class, I think at least two of you, or maybe three of you already know we have to go fast. So some of this might be unclear, but I'll clear some of these things up in a little bit. Tone in writing refers to the writer's attitude or feelings towards the subject and audience because it's conveyed through word choice, sentence structure, and style, shaping how the message is perceived by the reader. Tone is how the writing sounds in your head. Same topic, different effect. Could be friendly, sarcastic, angry, respectful. The words give it away. So depending on how you want to make it sound, you would use different words. Some examples of varying tones in writing are humorous, optimistic, critical, neutral, encouraging, angry, somber, etc. Because writers adjust their tone to fit their purpose and audience in their message. You wouldn't use a funeral voice at a pep rally or a party, or a joke-filled tone in a serious argument. So Tone is a choice. It's not an accident when you're writing. Good writers match their tone to what they're trying to accomplish. Okay. And the last part. Understanding your audience is important when considering tone because a tone appropriate for one audience might be offensive or ineffective for another. Because adjusting your tone ensures your message is received the way you intend. You don't joke with your boss like you do with your best friend. Same words, but different reaction. And the last one, adapting your tone to your audience enhances communication by increasing the likelihood that the message will be received as intended and be effective because it shows respect for the audience's expectations, values, and perspectives, making them more willing to listen and engage. Kind of think of it like speaking their language. If your tone fits, people pay attention. If it clashes, they tune out, or worse, they could get annoyed. Matching tone to audience is like giving your message straight to their brain, saying, this is something you need to listen to. So, I know that was a lot, and some of it doesn't really make sense right now, but it will, I promise. Okay, let me get the next thing I'm going to share. We're going to talk about rhetorical analysis. Your first essay is due in 3 weeks. So let's see. There we go. So we have some time to talk about it. We'll go over more about it next week also. And hopefully by then you'll feel comfortable enough to be able to do the paper. So I'm sending this in your email as well, but I don't know why that has a circle there. Okay. The rhetorical analysis is just an appeal. It's an author's attempt to earn audience approval. The authors will utilize specific devices and techniques to appeal to emotion, value, character, and reason in their writing in order to make arguments more persuasive. When you took English Composition 101, I believe we talked about logos, pathos, and ethos. And if you missed that part, that's okay, because basically, if you were to sum it up in one word, you could say logos, and I could read all that to you, but logos is basically logic, a fancy word for logic. Pathos is emotion, and ethos is credibility. So when I send this to you, you can go ahead and read those definitions. They have examples with them that give you kind of like what it could be used as, but we'll be using these 3 things and tone for our writings, especially with the rhetorical analysis essay. These are just a few examples of what these appeals look like. So when you start thinking about what in the world am I going to write about, think about having the um, logos, pathos, and ethos in your writing, your logic, and having some emotion in there, but at the same time showing credibility, like you know what you're talking about. Um, let's see. Um, use, we will be using, thank you. We will be using these three terms when we do an exercise that you'll be emailing to me, and you can reference back up at the top right there. Like you can reference back, is this pathos? I don't know. Is this logos? Could be. Would it be ethos? No. You can reference this page and try to see if you can figure out what the answer to your question is, because we're going to be looking for a short text that you will identify what the ethos in there is and what the pathos is and what the logos is. And if you remember just those short words for the long definitions, that will definitely help. Logos logic, pathos emotion, and ethos credibility. That will help greatly. I am going to, let's see. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to you, since we're already talking about the three things, about the short answer assignment. We have an essay due in 3 weeks, but we have a short assignment that just has some sentences um, that we're going to try to figure out what the answers are. I'm looking in two different places right now. Sorry, I'm a little distracted. Um, I'll just pull that up there for you. Whoops, it keeps blinking. Does anybody have any questions so far? I am going to pull this down. Mhm. Okay, good deal. It's coming. Okay. Ah, hello, Linda.
Hello,
How are you?
I'm good.
Oh, good.
So
Uh,
I'm late.
oh, that's okay. We've had a lot of issues today,
Mhm.
and part of them were my problems, but yes, I I think, let's see. Are you taking English 101 or English 102?
I'm not sure what the difference with the number is, but I'm not sure which one I'm taking.
Okay. Have you taken have you done an English class online before?
No, this is my first one.
Oh, yay! Congratulations.
Thank you.
Um, so Your class, let's see, where are you from?
Zimbabwe.
Zimbabwe, okay. So, okay, and it is, wait, don't tell me, I know this, it is 7:53 there right now?
Yes, I think so. I don't have a
Oh, okay.
clock near.
See, I'm trying to learn. Okay, so 7, 10, 9, 6, 8, 5, 7, 4. Your class starts at 4 p.m.
4 p.m. today on
Correct.
Saturdays.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yes. So what I will do is I will email you a YouTube link,
Okay.
and that will give you something to watch, and that will
Mm-hmm.
count as your attendance.
Okay.
And let me circle that. Okay, good. And yes, so it will start at that time on Saturdays.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll take note of that.
Okay. Right now, this is English 10102, and this is the second English class.
Okay.
So you're taking the first English class.
All right.
Yeah. Kind of,
Okay.
it's almost the same thing, but it's a little bit different in the papers that we write.
Okay.
Yeah. So I will email that link to you later on this evening.
All right. All
Okay.
right. All right. Thanks. So bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Alrighty. So I'm going to, let's see, rhetorical analysis practice. Well, that was nice. I mean, she came. Okay. Yes. Good. Share. Yes. Okay. So here is an assignment that you will email. There is nowhere to upload it into the website. So you'll be emailing this to me sometime Friday or before the next class. What you need to do is you're going to analyze a short text. You can choose a famous speech or an advertisement, an opinion piece from a reputable news source. We've had people choose things like Princess Diana's farewell eulogy. We've had people do an advertisement for like Coca-Cola. Um, we've had people do all sorts of opinion pieces from news sources. It just depends on what you're interested in reading about. But just a short text. It doesn't have to be very long. Just go ahead and read it. And the email should just be 2 to 3 sentences answering each of these questions. So the first question would be, what is the author's main argument or purpose? Next question, identify one example of ethos in the text or credibility. How do you know the author is establishing credibility? I'll explain more of that in a minute. The next question, identify one example of pathos in the text. How does the author appeal to emotions? The, excuse me, the Princess Diana eulogy, that was full of emotions. Um, um, identify one example of logos in the text. Like, what evidence or logic does the author use? Some of these questions can be kind of confusing, like the one that says, how does the author establish credibility? Kind of like, do people trust? How do they trust what you're saying? Who are you? Who are you to say that we can trust you? Do they know what they're talking about? And for the Princess Diana speech that this person did one question on, that person knew Princess Diana very, very well. That's how they could they showed ethos or credibility. They could say what they're saying because they knew her. It's like your trusted score. If someone has credibility, you believe them. Pathos, uh, they were talking about um, emotions, and that's sort of like when you use words or images to make people feel certain things. So when they were talking about the eulogy and the images that they were bringing up were of Princess Diana and how she would help others and how sad her passing was. They're just using the different words. So that's how they answered that question and identify an example of logos. Uh, they used the Princess Diana eulogy, and logos is logic. That one was a little bit more difficulty, difficult. But at the same time, there was just facts about Princess Diana and what she was able to do for others, how she helped others, her love for children and her activism. Those are facts that can't be denied. So just in your short reading of a text, tell what the text is. You don't have to include it. You can just tell what it is. You can tell how you can find, how you know there's ethos in it, how you know there's pathos in it, and how you know there's logos in it. Describe the tone of the text. How does the tone influence the message? The tone of the eulogy could have been sad, could have been very depressing. However, it was encouraging. The gentleman who wrote it was encouraging people to be like Princess Diana, and so that was a positive tone. And who is the intended audience, and how can you tell? For that, it was whoever was listening to the eulogy and knew about her passing, um, because everybody, it seemed, was listening to that. Now, other things that people have written about, like I said, were like the Coca-Cola advertisement, Martin Luther King's speech that he gave. There was one, and I can't remember what opinion piece it was, but it was very good. People are picking very good short texts and answering these questions just beautifully. So that is an assignment that you'll have um, to do and turn it in by next week. Okay, here's part 2. That was part 1. Okay, it says choose a topic you're passionate about. like climate change or social media, education reform, and write a thesis statement that clearly states your position on the topic. I have a few examples here. It sounds formal, like a thesis statement is something hard. It's not really that hard. Um, I'm trying to pull it up here. Okay. How about when you write a thesis statement, you need to make sure it's arguable, which means it's not a fact. So people could say no, it's not true. Some people could say yes, it is true. It's specific, it's clear and concise. For example, we've got social media. That is a topic. A good thesis statement for our rhetorical analysis essay could be, while social media connects people globally, its negative impact on mental health, particularly among teenagers, outweighs its benefits. So you're going to find something that you want to write about, and you're going to write a thesis statement. Another one could be, for example, topic of exercise. Regular exercise not only improves physical health, but also boosts mental well-being, making it an essential habit for a balanced lifestyle. That is arguable. Some people might not agree with that. It's very specific, tells that it's good for your physical, but also boosts your mental well-being. And it's clear and concise. It's to the point. There's no guessing what the person is saying. Another one, it depends on what you want to write about. If you wanted to write about school uniforms, let's say some people have kids or when you were growing up and had to go to school and they had school uniforms, you could talk about that. School uniforms help create a sense of equality among students, reduce distractions, and promote a focused learning environment, making them a valuable addition to any school. It's got a clear stance that school uniforms are valuable. It's arguable. It's not a fact. It's just an opinion. It gives reasons, equality, fewer distractions, focus. It's specific, and it sets up having a topic sentence like that sets up the essay structure so you can talk about it. So basically what you're going to do is be thinking, what do I want to write an essay on that I can make arguable, specific, clear and concise, something that is my opinion, something that I'm interested in. And all you have to do is write one sentence. And that would go, let's see, part one is answering anything about a short text, answering these questions. Part two is writing one thesis statement. So it'd be one sentence. And part three, which is the last one, so don't panic. Imagine you're writing a blog post about your chosen topic. Your chosen topic can be what your thesis statement is on, or it can be a different topic. Anything in the world is possible. So you answer the questions, what will you use? Formal, inform, what tone will you use? Formal, informal, persuasive, and why? Who's your target audience? Students, professionals, policymakers, and how will you adapt your writing to appeal to this audience? So if I was to do it, let's say I wrote my topic sentence on school uniforms. And for me, it would just be easy for me to do part 3 on school uniforms or whatever my topic was, my topic sentence, topic sentence. I would say, what tone will you use? I would try to use a persuasive tone because let's see. I would want to try to convince my school that uniforms are a good idea. And that would be my that would be my tone. Okay, I don't know how to get that off. Let's see. If I had my target audience would probably be parents and some students. I would say because I would try to convince parents that that's what students should be doing. And how will you adapt your writing to appeal to this audience? I would make it more friendly and convincing. So it's pretty easy that you can sorry, distracted a little bit. It's pretty easy to it's moving on me. Answer these questions, very short questions, 1 or 2 words even. So I think I might be able to do that. Okay. Submission guidelines. Make sure it's going to be 1 or 2 pages, probably 1. Part 1 is answers to the rhetorical analysis questions. Part 2, your thesis statement. And part 3, your reflection on tone and audience. And it says at the bottom, this is important because this is just practice. You may practice your APA style writing if you wish by submitting a title page with page numbers and a running head. It's not necessary for this assignment. However, if you would like a refresher and feedback, you may do this. If not, that's not a problem. We'll begin using title pages on the next assignment. Hopefully that explains that some people were new at title pages. And so if you want to practice doing a title page, you can. I can also send an example of a title page and you can try to copy that. But that assignment is something very small. Like I said, probably just can fit on 1 page. And you can email that to me. You can either do it as an email or you can do it on a Word document and then attach it to an email. Either way, it's okay. This is not meant to be a big assignment. If you're unclear about it, please do let me know. You can let me know privately by email, or you can put it in the chat, or you can, however you want to do that. Let's see. Yes, Pastor Antonia.
Professor, so this assignment we're not to upload in week 1 in the classroom?
Correct. You just go ahead and email it to me.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yes. Okay. It's just to get warmed up and back into the swing of things. I know that some people have only had 2 weeks of a break, but this is just a warm up. It's not for, it's not for a grade right now. The the three things that you'll have a large grade on will be rhetorical essay, persuasive essay, and multimodal essay. So this is not a big deal. I will give feedback, but not it's not for a big old grade. All right. Let me see. Nope. Whoop. Hello. I got the wrong thing up there again. I have to move. Okay. Um, it's coming. My computer says that it's tired and it wants to stop, and I'm telling it not to because we have a little bit more left. And so it's just taking forever. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm going to show you two more things and then we'll be done. The first thing I'm going to show you is an example of a rhetorical essay. This is what will be turned in on week 3. Okay. We will talk a lot about this next week, but I'm just giving you a preview. Okay. Whew, finally it came up. Okay. So you might notice that here is a cover page. Let me shrink it down a little bit so you can see the format, and then I'll blow it back up again. Here we have a cover page with a running head up at the top corner and a page number at the top right corner. Okay, now I'm blowing it back up again. Okay, on the cover page, we'll have a title, and the next one down would be saying rhetorical analysis essay. Again, this is just a preview of week 3. Okay, and then there's an extra space, and you would put your name, the college name, the what class it is, WI0126, Advanced English Composition, and then my name. Okay, now okay. I am going to read you my 1.5-page essay. I don't really, it doesn't matter what is necessarily in it. It's not the topic that I want to get across. What it is all the things we talked about, the logos, the pathos, the ethos. It's an appeal to, I can't get that over. to others. And I am showing some references at the end, and we'll talk more about things like that in the next few weeks. But this is just an example. And also it's an example of the format that's due in week 3. This first assignment that you're going to email to me, there's no real format besides the 12-point Times New Roman and double spaced. This one says the cost of constant productivity. Now, while I'm reading, try to think of the topic sentence. What would that be? The logic, emotion, and credibility. In modern American culture, productivity is treated as a moral virtue. People are praised for working long hours, multitasking relentlessly, and pushing through exhaustion as if fatigue were a personal failure rather than a biological signal. While ambition and hard work have always been respected values, today's obsession with constant productivity has crossed a dangerous line. The belief that a person's worth is measured by output rather than well-being has led to burnout, declining mental health, and a society that mistakes exhaustion for success. Did anybody hear a topic sentence in that first paragraph? You don't have to tell me what it is. You can either raise your hand or nod your head, even though I can't see them. We have, in modern American culture, productivity is treated as a moral virtue. That is definitely arguable. At the end of the paragraph, it talks about a belief that a person's worth is measured by output rather than well-being. Talks about burnout. That could be the topic sentence. It just depends on what the rest of the essay is about. So, before we determine what the theme of the whole thing is, let's keep reading. Supporters of the productivity first mindset argue that constant effort drives progress. After all, innovation, economic growth, and personal achievement do not happen without discipline and dedication. Historically, hard work has been a cornerstone of success, from industrial expansion to technological advancement. Here's a reference that fact came from, Atkinson 2014. However, when productivity becomes endless rather than purposeful, it stops serving people and starts consuming them. Oh, okay. I see how that fits in there. It goes along with the burnout. Okay. Let's see what else we have. One of the most damaging consequences of nonstop productivity is burnout. We were right. That's another reference, Du Bois 2022. Burnout is not simple tiredness. It's a state of emotional, mental, and physical exhaustion that reduces effectiveness and motivation. That sentence right there refers back to the topic sentence in the first paragraph. Okay, I can see how it's coming together. It's all related and well organized. People experiencing burnout often struggle with concentration, creativity, and emotional regulation. Ironically, the push to be endlessly productive leads to lower quality work, increased mistakes, and higher turnover. A system that demands everything eventually gets little in return. Oh, that's appealing to our emotion. That's the pathos. In addition to harming individuals, the productivity obsession damages relationships and communities. When people are always working, they're less present as parents, partners, friends, and citizens. Conversations become rushed, rest feels undeserved, and leisure is treated as laziness. This erosion of connection weakens the very social fabric that allows individuals and societies to thrive. A culture that never pauses eventually forgets why it started moving in the first place. Oh, okay. So that's again, we have pathos, the appeal to the emotion. And it kind of makes sense. It's logos, appeal to logic. If we're rushing all the time, we don't have time for our families. I see how this is fitting together. Critics may argue that rest is a personal choice and that individuals must set their own boundaries. Reference Ross 2025. While personal responsibility matters, this argument ignores the pressure created by workplace expectations, economic insecurity, and social comparison. When overwork is normalized and rewarded, choosing rest can feel risky or irresponsible. True change requires cultural shifts that value sustainability, balance, and long-term effectiveness over constant output. Aha! I see some of the logos, pathos, and ethos in that paragraph. In the end, productivity should be a tool, not an identity. Hard work remains valuable, but it must be balanced with rest, reflection, and humanity. A society that equates exhaustion with achievement does not create stronger people. It creates broken ones. Redefining success to include well-being is not a rejection of ambition. It's the only way to preserve it. Logos again, appeal to logic. It just makes sense. So when you are thinking about your rhetorical essay, I want you to think about something that you are passionate about, something that you think you can have appeal to someone's logic, their emotion, and show credibility. I will send this example to you, and if you'd like to, before you turn it in, you can send your ideas to me if you would like, so that I can help you with it. I'm okay with that as well. So I don't want you to stress about it. Only thing, like I said, that's due right now is your quiz and your short written assignment. And I think that might be it. Let me see. I have one more thing. When, and I think one or two of you will know about this next part. Don't worry, I'm almost finished. It's a lot of information. Okay. So what you see on your screen should be something that says marks and meanings. And you'll see on the left side, it says capitalize, and there's 3 lines beside it. These are editing marks. They are marks that I will use when I am grading or editing your papers. And this is meant to help you. So you'll find the marks on the left side and what they mean, or an example on the right side. So for the first one, if you see 3 marks under something, like in the example, it's under the L and under the T, that means you need to capitalize those. I'm not going to go through every single one, but I will send this to you so that you know what the marks mean. The slash means make it lowercase. In the example, it's 5 students missed the bus. The S in students needs to be lowercase, and the B in bus needs to be lowercase as well. So if you go down, it'll show you, if I can move this. I can't move it. Huh. That's interesting. Oh, a little bit. Okay. You'll see that there's different examples and different marks. It's easier. There's some other marks that are available to use, but I find that these are the main ones. So if you come across a mark and you don't know what it means in your writing, look here first, see if you can find out what it might mean. And if you still don't know, then you can email me. And I did a lot of talking. This is the second class of the day. I've already been talking for 3.5 hours. So the second class always gets the gargly, gravelly voice. So I apologize for the sound of my voice. um, I am wondering if anybody has any burning questions that you might want to ask or have. Yeah. Okay, remember, email. I am always available by email. It is not a bother to me. I don't mind it. In fact, it's a wonderful way to communicate, also to get to know each other more. And that if you are unsure about something, or check your email, there might be a note about something in there. But I'm going to end this a little bit early. Some of you can get on with the rest of your afternoon, and some of you can now go to bed. So I appreciate you all showing up here. And it seems like it was just about 2 weeks ago that I saw a few of you. So I think I'm gonna end it in prayer now so we can go. Okay. Lord, thank you for the lessons and things we've learned today. Help us carry patience and kindness and courage with us. Help us to have a wonderful Sunday, and help us to serve you in everything that we do, and keep us safe until we meet again. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
All right. Well, I will send those items out to you today or Monday, and I will see you all next week.
Thank you, Professor.
Thank you, Pastor.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.